I don't get in the habit of quoting Steve Harvey too often, but I thought out of all the videos that I thought about when I started catching up on some of the clips on reesateesa, it was one of those things where I just thought, man, now we got to stop getting in the habit of collecting red flags, and it's funny because I don't know how much truth there is to everything that she's saying. I don't know if it's 100% fact, 50% factual, or 0% factual. Either way, this, some parts of this or all of it has happened to someone out there, and I just thought that was so just it's so intriguing to even comment on this because I just think about in terms of how is this connected to some of the things that I talk about is how a bad relationship could almost affect everything in your life, right? So a bad relationship could affect your career, a bad relationship can affect your health, right? And a bad relationship can affect your finances, as you can hear in some of the stories. So, in terms of how a bad relationship can affect your career, right? And really just kind of your overall well-being. Number one is some of the clips that I started watching was that pretty much everything that the person that she was married to or was made up or some type of lie that she ended up discovering, which led to their ultimate breakup, which leads to more issues and more heartache. Hopefully, her telling her story is the opportunity to kind of flip around her finances and also flip around the fact that she went through this. But the one thing I was going to say in terms of just a bad how it can affect your career is the fact that when you come into a relationship and you're also trying to work on your career, you need someone that supports you, right, in your dreams. You need someone who supports you in your plans. I'm grateful that I was able to have a wife that was just like, yo, I'm going to support you in terms of your career, some of the aspirations, and anybody who knows and who has a man in their life, our minds are all over the place. We're always like, okay, what can we do here? What can we do there? Is this successful? And we're always looking for a bit of, validation, also looking for a bit of, hey, do you feel me? That's the one thing. Hey, do you feel me? I tend to say that sometimes to my wife. I'm like, listen, I got this idea. After a while, when we first started, she thought this was just like a little seasonal thing that like, hey, maybe the first year of marriage, I'm just going to be talking about some ideas. She didn't realize going all these years later, I'm still going to be at it. Like, hey, can we try this? Hey, can we do this? And, and I need someone that can kind of, rear me in the right direction. And if you don't have that, and I do that the same thing to her, like, hey, she got this plan. She has this idea and all right, let me see how I can support it. Let me see how I can do it. Now, if you don't have that person in your life, bro, that could derail your entire career. You can be dealing with the ramifications of a bad relationship for years after you separated. Like this issue with reesateesa is going to define her for the rest of her life, right? She's always going to be connected to this story, no matter what, no matter where she goes, no matter how many books she writes, no matter how many movies she comes up with, she's going to be connected to this. So I'm going to ask you today, who do you want to be connected to? What type of person do you want to be connected to for the rest of your life? Even though the relationship lasts or it doesn't last, you're going to be connected to that person forever, right? And that's why I think it's super important how you make a decision in terms of the person that you choose, because the person that you choose is maybe determine who you have children with, who you're going to see on the weekends, whose family you're going to be associated with. It's going to impact you for the rest of your life. But I thought I would say that just to take a little bit of a clip out there and just say, be careful who you date, and eventually who you marry. All right. See you soon.